Hello people of YouTube and welcome to the monthly review of what I'm going to dub Septober 2021, which to those of you who have played the video game RimWorld might sound familiar. The reason I'm just going to run with Septober is just because all of the stuff that's going to happen in this video will take place between September 17th and October 10th. So that 3-week window just overlaps both months a bit annoyingly perfectly. There's also a reason that I'm standing and starting this video next to my, I want to say art wall, but there's only 2 pieces on it, so, you know, that's just simply because I want to show it off. I like these posters, and I want to tell you about who made them and why I've got them. So to my fellow denizens of the internet, this first one might look familiar, because it is in fact merch from a YouTube channel called Kurzgesagt, who do animated, educational and sort of philosophical videos about a wide variety of things, and they're a very big channel. If you haven't heard of them, go and check them out. They do truly wonderful stuff, and they make lovely art. This poster also is glow in the dark, which is utterly wonderful, except I don't know if I can show it off in this video form. It'll be a bit hard to capture that. But these constellations and stuff light up, this tent lights up, the moon lights up, it's utterly lovely. And the reason I have it is because it's a birthday gift that my mom gave me this year. And I'm very happy about it. This second one is a bit more unique in that it is what I think is called a silk screen print in English. So there are other copies of this design, but the fine details and intricacies are unique to this one, which is kind of cool. And the reason I've got this is because it was a perk in a fundraiser that my sister and a couple of her friends organized when they graduated from their art school and they started setting up their own, well, silk screen printing studio. So I think they all have their individual freelancing business and they take custom orders and they design stuff that they print in the studio. And I think it is lovely that they took that initiative and set it up. So I was very happy to contribute a little bit and get this in return. So this feels personal to me. This specific design wasn't done by my sister, but by another girl who shares the same space called Merel Wendt. And I will link her Instagram in the description, as well as the Instagram of the collective as a whole, because it's kind of wholesome and fun to follow. So there you have it. There's some art on my walls, and I like it very much. Also, and we are moving location slightly to demonstrate what I'm about to talk about for a bit, I'm using for the very first time a wireless audio setup. It's the Røde Wireless Go, which is of no interest to anyone watching this video, except for editing Tom. But since I'm a bit of a gearhead and I like this stuff, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. So, this is a transmitter. I've got 2 of these. This one is turned off at the moment, and the other one is connected to the lavalier that you are hearing me talk through right now. And then there is a receiver, which is sitting on top of my camera, which is 10 meters away from me. And the whole reason I have these is, first of all, it's a massive convenience to be able to record 2 lavaliers into one source at the same time, so I don't have to ever sync the audio of 2 inputs. I've edited a short film recently-ish that I've had a lot of trouble with syncing up the mics and stuff. I have done a couple of these monthly reviews again, in which Signa and I talk to the camera at the same time, which there's always weird sort of phasing issues and just stuff that is annoying to deal with. And so this means that I never, ever, hopefully, if this works over this short bit of distance, I'll never have to sync audio again, and it will be utterly fantastic. So it is currently Monday the 13th of September, if I'm not mistaken. There's not much else going on this week, so let's skip forward to Friday.
The first stop is for Terminal 2, 3 and 4. We will then continue to Terminal 5, which is our final stop. Please keep the aisles free of luggage.
Okay, so this time at Oslo Airport, very different. 2 months ago I had to queue for 4.5 hours because I wasn't fully vaccinated yet, so I had to do the whole inreiseregistrering thing and then get a COVID test. This time, I am fully vaccinated, and Signa and I were like, it's probably still going to take a little bit of time, so let's pick you up at the airport an hour after you arrive. I walked from the plane to where I'm sitting right now, which is right by the exit of the terminal, in 7 minutes. I got through, got to scan my QR code, which is my COVID passport thingy on it. I don't know if that's a European Union thing only, so, context for those of you outside of the EU. And now I just have to wait for an hour because it was all super streamlined. I don't hate it. I am much rather sitting than I would have been standing, but yeah, just kind of weird. Not bad though.
This is Saga. She is our new family addition. She's a Welsh Springer Spaniel. Best thing about Welsh Springer Spaniels is how loving they are. Worst thing about Welsh Springer Spaniels is how they walk between your feet.
Yeah, they are always everywhere.
Yeah. They have an amazing ability to be in the way no matter where they are.
Yeah, but they are very loving and very sweet and exceptionally cute with their big floppy ears. Where did Saga come from?
She is Swedish, from Kennel Water Streams. She's been my project for the last month or so.
Yeah, you've had her for a month now.
Yeah. And she's doing well. Saga, kom! Sitt! Bra!
This is the first day of my 3-week stint in Norway. What are we doing this first morning, early afternoon?
Going for a walk in the woods where I used to live.
What are we gonna do while I'm here?
We don't really have many plans. We're gonna be in Gjøvik for a little while. Just over a week. And then we're going to the cabin, obviously, because what else is there to do than be at the cabin?
It's Norway. All there is to do is being outdoors.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly fine by me. And I assume it is perfectly fine by this one as well.
Yeah, you and Saga need to bond.
That's very true. Yeah, this is my first time meeting this wild creature. And she is very cute and very adorable, but very... What the heck did you just find? Is that a bird's wing?
Wing. Nope, that we do not eat. No, it's not a wing.
It just looks
a bit
like
of
a wing.
Tree. Okay, you can eat that, sorry. I was like, is that a bird's wing?
I thought so as well. It looked so much like it. I was a little bit worried. Signe has been taking me to Verdens Ende since I first moved to Norway over 6 years ago, and whenever we're in the Tønsberg area, I quite like to make it down there because it's nice. And this time around, we were down in the area for Hannah's birthday. Hannah is Signe's sister-in-law. The party was going to be on Sunday evening, and we were there for the whole weekend, so we had the entirety of Saturday to spend time at the world's end. Or, that and getting the house party ready. Although it's a very nice and kind of impressive looking place, the end of the world, or the world's end, is a slightly overdramatic name for what it is. It's not the southernmost point of Norway, which feels like is what the name implies, nor does it really invoke feelings of impending apocalypse, which, could also be what the name implies if you take it to a slightly more metaphorical place. Then again, doorpost to the Oslo fjord, which is what it actually is, doesn't quite have the same ring to it, so I'm sure that the slightly dramatic name contributes to my enjoyment of the place. After Hannah's birthday and a ridiculous detour via Signe's house in Gjøvik, we drove up to the cabin where we celebrated our 6th anniversary together, which is kind of unique for us. We hardly ever get to celebrate our anniversaries together, let alone in the place where our relationship started. So this one was quite special. What made it even more special is that early autumn at the cabin is nothing short of breathtaking. The colors on the trees in the valley down below are just insane. You get the almost fluorescent looking reindeer moss on the mountain peaks and on the plateaus, and then you get the constant fog that rolls in and out, and that's not even mentioning that in early autumn the sun stays out for long enough that you can go for a hike after dinner. We're planning on celebrating New Year's at the cabin this year, which will undoubtedly be lovely and definitely be beautiful with the snow covering the landscape as far as the eye can see. It's just a slight shame that during that time of year you can only go out for outdoorsy fun between like 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. So early autumn at the cabin, probably one of my favorite seasons to be there. While we're on the topic of outdoorsy fun, Signe and I have slowly been gearing up for longer hiking and sort of outdoor adventuring in the near future. I finally got my first pair of proper outdoor pants recently, so that I'm slightly more weatherproof than I have always been in just jeans. And we got ourselves a jet boil, which is just a tiny gas cooker that does exactly what it says on the tin. It boils water with the fury of a jet engine. So naturally, while we were at the cabin and the weather was lovely, we had to take my pants and the jet boil for a test drive. So we drove up to Sunstevatn and hiked down this little over-enthusiastic river that we meant to cross but couldn't, and had lunch with Real Turmat's finest on this little gravelly outcrop of the beach by the lake. My pants did great. They're pants, what else is there to expect? And so did the burner. Saga was a little bit sketched out by the jet-like sound of the jet boil, but you know, when you're a 4-month-old puppy, anything new is kind of sketchy and exciting. So with all of that tested, next up I think we should start looking into some tenting equipment, but that will probably have to wait until beyond New Year's. At the moment I'm filming this, everything for the November monthly review has already happened, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to get a tent before New Year's either. So, for the time being, thank you very much for watching this monthly review. Don't forget to click some of the positive buttons down below, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao!